Hey, money magicians. So I don't know if you know this, but Wealthy Money has journals. Yep, I created and printed money journals at the end of 2021, right? And wow, within the first month of the launch of the journal, so I had pre-orders, so within the first 21 days, I sold 300 copies of the journal, and I've received the most incredible feedback on the journal, which is just amazing. People are raving about it. I knew people were going to rave about it. I mean, it is a it's womb and money journals, right? So let me quickly explain what the journals are. So the journals are called Next Level You. There is a part one. So you see part one, and then there is part two. So the journals are basically created so that you can do money work 5 times a week for a whole year. And the money work is completely different to what is usually being taught. It's work that I've been doing for years on myself and that I've had clients do. So when I coach one-on-one, I usually give my clients homework, which is journal prompts that they get to reflect on and think about. And then they also get to write letters to money, which is something the Money Magic students get to do as well. And on top of that, they also get to work with their wombs. So in the Money Magic course, we have something called Womb Wednesday. So I think most of us already know that we carry a lot of ancestral trauma in the body, but we also carry, as women, we carry a lot of trauma in the womb. Now, most of us already intuitively know this from being on our cycle, right? And we also know that we're not energized the same way every single month, right? Every single week, right? So the way that we have been taught to work as women has been that you get up and you do like your 8-hour day, and every day is the same. But some days you feel like absolute crap and you can't do it. And we all know when right before your period or on the days of your period, how that feels in the body. You barely have energy, but most of us have been taught to beat ourselves up when we can't wake up and exercise in the same way, when we're not motivated in the same way, when we can't get things done in the same way. And so this journal is geared to help you see and start tracking your cycle, start connecting with your womb, start really understanding your way of working at different points in your cycle. So the way that we are as women is that we're constantly changing. Our bodies are constantly changing. Our hormones are constantly changing. So how I feel when I'm on my cycle is completely different to how I feel when I'm ovulating, right? And how I show up when I'm on my cycle is completely different. How my body feels, my energy levels, a lot of the stuff is biological, right? So it's not like I'm just making it up and it's just in my head. How I feel starts to change every single day. So doesn't it make sense that we should be building our businesses and making money in a space that is in alignment with our bodies? So when we talk of alignment, most of the time we've been taught to think of it as thoughts and just like the words that we use, affirmations and visualization, as opposed to also aligning with the body, that we're doing everything that we're doing and it's in alignment with our bodies and what our bodies need, that we're also honoring our bodies, right? So I really, really love this way of working because I've seen how it's changed my life, how it's changed my clients' lives. So this is why I then created the journal, because I thought, wouldn't it be incredible if people could constantly connect with their spirit of money energetically by writing letters to money every day, and if they could connect with their wombs every day and have a conversation with their wombs, and based on where you are in your cycle, your womb can give you guidance as to the best action to take we all know that for women, or maybe you don't know this, but for women, our power center is in the womb. I mean, if you think about it, if the womb can birth an entire child and an entire human life, then it makes sense that the womb can manifest, is the seat of manifestation for us, right? So working with the womb to basically manifest what we want and to build the businesses that we want, to make money, to save money, to pay off debt, and using that wisdom. And of course, the womb is also where we carry so many of our memories from the maternal, from the women in our lineage, right? A lot of that is carried in the womb. It's how we are joined to them. And so there's a lot of trauma there. There's a lot of wisdom. So we want to be constantly healing the trauma and tapping into the wisdom. So this is why I created this journal, right? So every single day for 5 days for a whole year. So each journal will take you 6 months to do, right? So let me just see, because I forget. So each journal has how many journal prompts? So the journal prompts are actually numbered, right? So each journal has, has 130 journal prompts. Sorry, I should probably know this. 131 journal prompts, right? So this should take you about 6 months. So every day, you get to do it 5 days a week. I recommend 2 days of downtime or to integrate. Some people are taking about 3 days to journal every week or 4 days to journal every week. It doesn't really matter as long as you're consistent, right? So it will take you about 45 minutes to an hour to work through the journal. So every day you get a journal prompt around money and around trauma, helping you really go deep and think and deconstruct and integrate your stories around money, family history, and trauma. And then you also have womb work. And don't worry about that. I guide you on the womb work section. You get to learn about the different phases of your cycle. So I'm actually going to I flip through to that. So I teach you in the first part of the journal about the follicular phase, the ovulation phase, the luteal phase, and the menstrual phase, and how to work with the body during each phase. So, and then also you get instructions on how to connect with your womb every single day, right? And then you also have you also have a section to write letters to money. Again, there are very clear instructions on how you write your letters to money to get the best out of this experience. So I want to take time to turn the screen around and to just show you guys what the journal looks like so that you can see it on paper. I could really try to show you there, but it wouldn't be the same because you wouldn't see it. So I'm going to turn the camera around and you'll get to see that. So just hang tight and I'll take you through the process of what this journal looks like. So here's the journal. I wanted you guys to see it. I thought maybe I'd show you the PDF, but I think it's just so nice to see something being paged through, right? So this is an explanation of the journal. Look at the pictures and you can see the paper is really great quality as well. And then I explain how to use these journals. I explain about the journal prompts. And I also explain the womb journal, how to do the womb journaling. And then there's also instructions on how to connect with your womb, right? And then there's also an explanation of your menstrual cycle. And then here you get taught about the various phases of your menstrual cycle, the best way to exercise and do stuff during each cycle. And then here's the journal, right? So this is the first part. So I'm going to just zoom in. Each day has a different journal prompt, right? And then you get your letter to money, so you can write letters to money. And then this is the womb work section. So each day and it's like this for about 400 pages. So each journal is about 400 pages, so it's quite thick, right? So each journal prompt is different, and as you can see, there are no dates. You get to put in your own dates. You get to do things at your own time, right? And as you guys can see, I've been using the journal. These are my journals, right? But so this is still part 1. I've been using it quite a lot and journaling myself. I really do the work myself. And I always say I create things that I wanted, right? When there's nothing for it on the market, I create it for myself, and then my clients benefit. And like I said, this is part 1. There's a part 1, and then there's a part 2. Part 2 just continues where part 1 left off, right? So you can see it starts at actually 131. So there's a bonus question in part 1's journal. So it ends up being 131 journal prompts in part 1, but the bonus question is not labeled as 131, right? So here you go. So that's how it just continues straight from where part 1 left off, right? So then you get to 132, question 132, and all the way to 133. So yeah, guys, these are the journals. They are pretty incredible. I'm not just saying that, but like I said, as you guys can see, I'm also using the journal. I'm also writing things in there. So it is actually awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed my showmanship, my show and tell of the journal, and that you're really, really excited about the journal. So how you sign up for the journal is how you order the journal is you go to wealthy-money.com/journal to place your order of the journal. I'm going to take you to that page as well. So I'm going to do another quick screen share of how to order the journal and how you then place your order if you are based in South Africa or even abroad, although there will soon be an Amazon link for everybody who is ordering from other countries, because I know that the shipping costs have been insane, especially because I'm shipping from South Africa, right? So but people are buying. I mean, I've shipped these journals to many different countries. So people have been like, oh no, it's cool. They've been okay with the shipping costs. So without further ado, let me show you how you can order the journals and walk you through the process of ordering. If you're going to be buying the journal online, you're going to land on our journal website page, right? And this is the landing page, the sales page for the journal. You can scroll all the way down. You get to read more about the journal, and it explains more in depth what the journal is. And you also you can get to a section that says how to order your journal. I walk you through how to order the journal. You can select your currency, then click on the journal that you want. You want part 1, part 2, or the set. And you also get to, then you go to checkout, right? If you do bulk orders, here is the pricing guide for bulk orders. So the price of the journal drops the more journals you order and buy, right? So here, depending on your country and where you're shipping to, you can choose your currency. So I chose South African rands, right, because I'm in South Africa, but just for your own interest, because I know we have people from all over the world. We've been shipping to Thailand, Italy, the USA, the UK, and also obviously Botswana and Lesotho for the journal. So you can choose, I'm going to choose US dollars so that you can see the price of the journal in US dollars as well. So the journal is 888 Rand or $61 basically for each journal. The price of the journal drops by 20% when you buy the set, when you buy part 1 and part 2 together, right? So it's 1,444 Rand for part 1 and part 2, or 99 US dollars, right? So I'm going to go back to choosing my currency as South African rands, and I'm going to give you an idea of how you order using the how you order on here, right? So just click on here, click the journals that you want, if you want part 1 or part 2. I'm going to order the part 1 and part 2 because that's what most people order, right? And then just click go to checkout. And when you're here, if you decide you want to add more journals, you can come here, quantity, and you can use this menu and add more journals, right? And as you add more journals, remember I told you that the pricing changes when you do bulk orders. You'll notice that the pricing automatically will also change, but your journals will be priced differently, right? So I'm going to go back to just 1. And because we're in South Africa, the standard shipping cost is 100 Rand. Shipping costs do vary from country to country, and also depending on the quantity of journals that you're buying. And also because we're in South Africa, there is a VAT charge because my company does pay that, so I have to charge you guys 15% on the total cost, right? So then you can decide if you want to sign up for the Wealthy Money newsletter. That's where I talk about trauma and all things money and family dynamics. And you can just click on checkout. When you've clicked on checkout, please make sure that you add your full name, your phone number. This is not optional. I have no clue why it says optional. I'm going to try to change that in the back end. Then add your address, right? Make sure to add your postal code, and you just click on continue. Once you've clicked on continue, you choose, there's no option for South Africa. You just choose standard shipping and click on continue again. And then your next step is to choose your payment method. If you're based in South Africa, please use PayFast. It's easier and faster. And you also have the option to pay using your bank account. But if you live outside of South Africa, so even a neighboring country outside of South Africa, please use Stripe, right? Pay with Stripe, and then click go to payment, right? So I'm going to click go to payment and use PayFast as an option. And then I am going to click on whatever options work for me, right? So I'll do, you can use credit cards if you want, or your debit card, or you can pay by bank, right? And once you have once you finish paying, right? And what I love about this is you can change payment method at any time, or just go back, right? Once you finish paying, you will receive an update from me, an automated update letting you know that we've received your order, and we ship within 1 to 2 business days, regardless of if you're based in South Africa or internationally. And you will then, if you're in South Africa, you should get your journal within 3 to 4 days. But if you're based outside of South Africa, please give us 7 to 10 days just to be on the safe side. But we do ship very quickly and instantly. Okay, thank you guys. I hope this explains how you do the order online. Okay. So now you know how to order the journals. I'm not going to say anything more. I feel like I've explained so much about the journals. I look forward to having you get your journal, right? To having you on this journey of journaling, working with the womb, working in alignment with the body, and just creating epicness in your finances from a place of alignment. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me, contact me. There's a contact form on the Wealthy Money ordering page for the journal at wealthy-money.com/journal. Again, wealthy-money.com/journal. If you are on this page, right? If you are on the page right now and you're watching the video from there, then great. If you have any questions, feel free to go to the contact box below and just ask any questions. Otherwise, I wish you guys a fantastic day further, and I can't wait to have you working from your womb, journaling, and focusing more on being versus doing. Have a fantastic day further. Cheers.